The Big Dane podcast is produced by Big Dane Media, empowering women-led brands through marketing strategy. Learn more at bigdanemedia.com. Welcome to the Big Dane podcast. I'm your host, Dana Warnock, connecting through the stories women share. Each story might surprise you, make you think, or just make you say, wow. Each story is different, but each one has a connection we can all relate to. Let's get into it. Today, I'm joined by Michaela Olsen. She is the owner of Michaela Renee Art, and she turned her interest in art into a real business. Thanks for coming on, Michaela. So excited to have you.
So happy to be here.
Yay.
Thank you for having me a part.
Of course. So let's start at the beginning. Before this became a business of yours, what first sparked your interest in art?
Yeah, so I have been an artist from the time I could even hold like a crayon in my hand. So it all started, I was probably, like 2 or 3 years old. Like in the summers, I'd spend time when my parents were at work at my grandma's house. And I just remember coloring all day long. Like that was my favorite thing to do all the time. After school, anytime, drawing, coloring. It was my favorite thing ever.
Oh my gosh.
And then it got to a point too, I was probably in like first or second grade. My parents designated like a little piece of our basement to my little art studio.
Oh.
So I think having them really believe in me from a young age helped me believe in myself and
absolutely.
Want to put myself out there.
Yeah.
I think that was super helpful.
Oh my gosh. That's so great that your family just had your back from day one. As far as your coloring, was there anything that you gravitated towards like when you were a child? Was it like a certain coloring book, or were you just kind of, I'm gonna freehand and start doing self-portraits, or I don't know?
No, I've always loved people. And that plays in so many different parts of my life, but that's always been something I've been drawn to artistically. I don't do realism. My art is very funky, weird, different, but it all tells a story. So when I was a little kid, I really loved doing people's faces all the time. Just from memory, I wouldn't look at someone and draw. It would just be from the top of my head, like, I'm going to make this person and whatever. That was my favorite thing. And now my artwork is very much story focused, but around people, experiences, things that I've gone through in my life. And I put it in a painting, like a big collage of life.
Yeah, that's amazing. At what point did you realize that you were like, wow, I'm like really good at this? Like, were you, because I think when we were back in school as a kid, wow, my art made it in the art show. And like, so tell me more about how that kind of led, as you grew up.
Yeah, so through my childhood, again, the support from my parents was huge, that it made me believe in myself some more and really think that, okay, maybe I'm onto something here,
Yeah.
So the support from them definitely, and then from my teachers as well. So I had one art teacher in particular who really pushed me creatively. And I was also into ceramics for a while in like high school, and I kept taking ceramics classes.
Yes.
I loved it so much. But from that, I won a Scholastic Art Award, and I felt like I was on top of the world.
Yeah.
Like, it was the coolest thing ever as a teenager to get an award like that. But art has always been like a favorite subject of mine in school. Like I can't do math. I still can't do math. I don't know math, which is also ironic because I have a 9-to-5 in insurance. So go figure. My art is my side passion. But yeah, I think just the encouragement from my parents and from my teachers was helpful to me as a kid to realize, okay, maybe I'm onto something here.
Yeah, definitely. So that's like what, high school that you won that, and so now you've graduated, and what are you thinking is the next move? Are you thinking to go to a college where you're really putting all your energy into art to really absorb even more? and at that point, were you thinking, hey, one day I want this to be a business? Like, did that come then too? But
so it's funny because even though I always loved art, I was like, I'm going to go to college. I'm going to go on the regular track. I really wanted to become a physician's assistant.
wow.
Yeah, I
Wouldn't have guessed.
Okay, that's another funny part, actually, tying back into my childhood and what really inspired me a lot, too. So when I was a kid, I was 10 years old. I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes.
Okay.
And that was a life-altering moment for me, and an experience, and it still is. It has changed my outlook on life entirely. And that's why I wanted to become a physician's assistant when I grew up. And I don't know, it just really taught me that I got a second chance at life. I was life flighted, and my blood sugar was like, I think the second highest recorded in a living person. It's like my little 10-year-old self not knowing, but it helped me gain a lot of wisdom and a lot of perspective for just how lucky I am. And so to have that second chance at life, I wanted to help other people. And I never thought that it would be through my art, but it's funny because now as an adult, I go to vendor events and stuff, and people will tell me, oh, your art really moves me. And so I'm helping people in that way. I still am very people focused. Did not become a doctor. Not even close. I work in insurance full time. But yeah, that's what I wanted to do. So I did end up going to a 4-year university.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm going to go on the pre-med track. No, you're not. I hated chemistry in school. There was no way ever that would work out for me. But I ended up going for public relations and marketing, and I loved school. I got to study abroad in Australia, which was the dream.
It's on my bucket list to go.
You need to go there. It is unreal. I'll send you my favorite things. But it was so fun, and it's just not what I thought my life would have been. I was like, I'm going to be a doctor, and I'm going to keep doing my art on the side.
Yeah.
And then I went into PR and marketing. And yeah, like I said, now I'm in insurance, and it's fun, and I get to do my side passion of artwork too.
Wow. Yeah. No, that's an interesting story to hear, especially as a young kid, to try to wrap your head around this condition you have and like, well, what does my future look like? I mean, that plays a big part, and but glad, of course you're, healthy and you are managing it well.
Exactly. And I got that second chance at life that like not many people get to say that. They don't get a second chance or have a realization moment at such a young age. But I was like, I'm going to live my life to the fullest, and I'm going to do what I want to do, and I'm going to help people, and I'm going to try to make a difference, try to make an impact.
Yeah. And so with school, so once you got your degree and everything, so you're working some art on the side, maybe. I guess, when did you really start to think that, you know what, I do want to make this a business in some fashion, and from there help people with my art?
So it's funny. I actually graduated college during the pandemic. So my last semester was when the whole world shut down.
Wow.
Yeah, it was quite a bummer. So life kind of got flipped upside down. I'm like, wait, maybe I won't go into a job. Like, maybe, like, who knows? No one's hiring. Like, what'll I do? What's my next move?
Yeah.
So I really had no idea. So yeah, pandemic happened. And it kind of just made me, I was so bored. And I was like kind of down. I'm like, I'm just going to make an art Instagram. And that's when I made my art Instagram, and I started kind of sharing it with some of my friends from college. And I made these little ornaments from my, like, what college I went to. And I was like, hey guys, I made these, like, class of 2020, so sad. And people started messaging me like, hey, I want to buy this. Hey, can you make me one? And I was like, oh, and I was kind of taken back.
Yeah.
Like, oh, like, I'll give it to you. Like, at this
like,
point,
here, just
you
take
want
it.
it? Okay. Like, it was like a proud little, like, kid moment again. Like, oh my God, my parents want to put the picture on the fridge. But it's like, oh, these people like my stuff. It felt so rewarding. And so my now husband at the time was my boyfriend then. And he really inspired me. He's like, you got to start, like, really pushing this more. Like, you're doing really, really well with it. Like, you got to keep going. Like, when you even get a job, like, keep this going because people love your stuff. Like, you're getting such positive feedback. And it's just not what I had ever expected it to be, but here we are.
Yeah. What was going on in your mind when some of these people like, kept reaching out like, hey, send me one. Like, I'm interested. Hey. Like, all I could picture is your phone just blowing up with messages and DMs and feeling, I don't know, how was that?
I felt like it was definitely, so I wouldn't say blowing up, but
it's blowing up.
It just gave me such like positive affirmation that I'm on the right track. My art is making a difference and people liked it and something was starting to stick for me. And it was resonating with other people, which is what I've always dreamed of my art doing. So that really was mind-altering to me.
Yeah.
It was just a crazy time in my life. I felt so grateful.
Oh my gosh. So the ornament was kind of what really took it off, right?
Yeah, I posted the ornaments. I posted some of my college projects I did. I did one drawing class in college. Yeah. Let me just tell you, college art classes are grueling. They put you through the ringer. Like, they'll have you hang up your stuff and the whole room will critique what you made. And I'm like, I don't do realism by any means. Like, my stuff is weird and out there and like tells a story.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was quite a time.
Oh my gosh.
I posted some of those.
Yeah.
Those didn't really stick with people, but the ornaments were like those
were like, yeah. So so after these ornaments, did you start anything on Etsy with your business, or like what were some of those early steps that you had to take knowing that, oh my gosh, I think I'm just going to do this and make more art and put it out there for people?
Yeah, so I think that the biggest part that helped me push to that point. So, in the early stages of my art and coming to realize like, okay, I'm going to keep going with this after the ornaments, pandemic kind of was, we're like coming out of it. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah. I actually ended up moving to the Conshohocken area. So I'm originally from the Poconos. I never even
I didn't know that.
Literal middle of nowhere. Like, no neighbors, just bear. And squirrel. Like, that's it. Like, I'm not even exaggerating, middle of nowhere. And so my move, I think, was a huge, like, trajectory. Just opened so many doors for me because I started doing, like, reach outs to local business owners. And I'm like, hey, do you want my art? And some of them answered and some of them didn't. I mean, but a lot of them answered. And I actually got a chance to do my first ever mural in Conshohocken, which was a huge opportunity.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, shout out Bar Sarah letting me do 2 little sunflowers outside on their patio.
Sunflowers were yours?
Not all of them. So there's another amazing artist. She actually ended up moving.
Oh my gosh.
And so she couldn't come back to do the others. So Brian, the owner of Bar Sarah, he asked me, hey, would you be able to do this? And I was like, oh my God, I don't know. Funny story about that mural. I painted one of the bees and I hated the bee. I had a breakdown on the patio, like crying my eyes out about this bee. Yeah. But we fixed it. Oh. So here we are. I'm like, he's never going to trust me. I think he trusted me. Okay. It came out good.
Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah. Wow. So I think my move and just getting to be around more people and really just putting myself out there and just ripping off the Band-Aid and doing the scary step was a really big point for me.
Yeah. Because it's like, what have you got to lose? What, they say no? Okay, you move on. Move on to the next person. Exactly. And I guess when you were originally reaching out, how were you reaching out? Were you, going up to their business face-to-face or email or call? I know all of that.
Most of it was Instagram DM, honestly, just so they could see my stuff. Like, hey, this is what I do. Do you like it? Like, what do you think? Yeah. So it was just really cool. And just putting myself out there has opened, like I said, so many different doors for me, where it's like, now I do paint and sip events at, like, shout out from the Boot in Lafayette Hill.
Oh my gosh, congratulations.
Thank you. And then I do like all these different vendor events where we never had that where I'm from. At least now it's like they're starting to get more stuff like that. But where I'm from, we didn't do fun stuff like that. We didn't get to do
because there's no one to do it with.
The bear gonna come to a paint set. Like, come on,
let's go.
Yeah. Paw painting. what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just been
so cool.
Great opportunity. I love the area. I love the people.
Yeah.
Again, my tie in just to loving people and building those relationships. I think it's just been such a key point in my life to keep those strong.
Yeah. Did you feel at any point more overwhelmed for anything, or did you just have all this excitement like, yo, I got this?
Yeah, I think some of it borderline fear. I wouldn't say so much overwhelmed.
Okay.
I just think fear, overcoming the fear of being rejected and overcoming perfectionism. I've never been a perfectionist anyway. I'm like, all right, it's good enough. And that's how I feel about a lot of my paintings. I'm like, okay, well, this is it. This is done now, I guess, and we'll move on. But I think just overcoming the fear and then putting myself out there for events, like, I might not get accepted, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Like, my art's not for everyone, and I've come to accept that. But at first, it was a hard thing to accept. Like, wait, what if they don't? But then again, who cares?
Who cares?
Like, what if? Let them.
Let
it's
them.
Fine.
Hashtag Mel Robbins. No, I think that's a really good mindset to have, because to me, I get a sense that then you're able to focus on more art projects. Exactly. And pump out more stuff. Not that like, all right, I got to get all this stuff out.
Right.
But knowing that, you know what, this is good. I'm good with it. I can't look at it anymore, and let's move on to the next one. Because I almost think that you may even lose out on opportunities if you kind of wait, or, that you're not, I guess, continuing to like progress into the next thing.
100%. And you have to really take the inspiration as it comes, because I can't just come up with something. If my brain's not feeling it that day, I can't make it.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'll just get this really cool idea in my head. I'm like, it has to go on a canvas right now.
Wow.
And it'll like be a couple days long, but I'll like just write all the different points I want, like on a list on my phone. Like, I want to include this. I want to include that. Like, this all has to get thrown on a canvas right now, or it's going to end up on the back burner, and I don't want that.
What if you're out and running errands? Do you just open up a note or a voice memo?
Oh my God.
Like, how do you capture
notes
that?
App is so chaotic. My notes app is actually terrifying. If someone got a hold of my phone, they'd be like, what is this random list of things? It's just my brain. It's fine.
It's a brain dump.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just full of those.
Yeah,
I get inspired by a lot of things, a lot of different people, like I said before, experiences, places.
Yeah.
I'm currently working on a piece. My grandma, whose house I used to color at all the time growing up, she passed away in July, and she was she was my rock. I loved her so much, and I still do.
Yeah.
But I'm dedicating a piece to her, and that's been a really big project for me. It's on the back burner for now, just because I feel like I have to have the right time to add to it. And as I get the time to feel like, okay, this has to go on there. Again, that brain dump for that list is long. But I just want to make sure I do it right and execute it correctly.
Yeah. So. Well, it's your grandma. It's someone special and, very important to you. So that makes sense. Yeah. So tell me about, you get all these ideas, you're writing them down, you're putting them on the canvases. Tell me more about the reality of the entrepreneurship that comes with it, that maybe people don't see, from an outside perspective.
Yeah, so there's a lot that goes into it beyond just the, okay, I'm going to slap my notes app onto a canvas now.
Beep, boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, let me just calculate this real quick. And exactly.
It's done.
If only it were that easy. So again, there's just that really big brain dump session whenever it comes along, and I throw it on a canvas. But then after that comes applying to different events, paying those vendor fees, which are not cheap, by the way.
Expensive.
Incredibly. It was like a slap in the face at first, especially being from the middle of nowhere, where I'm like, it'll be $20. Like, oh, that was so cute that I thought that way. Absolutely not. But now it's just a lot of, I still do the Instagram DMs with different businesses. I'm like, hey, I saw you open a new coffee shop.
Yeah.
What do you think? Or even like an established coffee shop, hey, do you want to have some art on your walls? Or do you ever do this like with pop-up artists? And I actually am in Valerio coffee shop now.
You read my mind because I remember seeing your post and I thought, oh my gosh, get out. Like she is not in. I thought, oh my God, Michaela.
Manny Young, shout out.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just been a lot of different reach outs, the entrepreneur part of it. I'm working on a website. It's probably going to take me a long time because that's more like, I said I don't like math. To me, that feels like math.
It's a lot. I mean, that's a whole different ballpark.
It's so calculated.
Design and you know, strategizing of where you should put what. And
it requires perfectionism, which I don't enjoy.
Yeah.
Like everything has to have a place and a spot and look nice. And I don't know. It's stressful.
Yeah, websites are tough.
Yeah, so that's been something I'm struggling with all of that. But I am working on it. I'm trying to overcome that stress and fear of the website. So
love to hear it.
Yeah, and then just really mingling with people at events, getting to know them, and then seeing their familiar faces, doing galleries, getting to know. I'm really close with the frame shop in Conshohocken, Cole's Custom Framing.
Yeah.
They let me do a gallery there 2 years ago on my birthday, and I felt like, again, that proud.
Amazing. Yeah.
They're such a good business.
Yeah.
But it just felt like that proud little kid moment too,
Yeah.
again. Like, but as an adult, just like, oh my God, someone wants my art on their fridge.
Right.
But it's on a wall
It's
in
a
an
wall.
established business.
Right.
It felt so cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say the biggest entrepreneur part is just keeping those relationships strong and making those new connections with people too.
Yeah. What do you think has been the hardest part of that? Like, you know, some challenges, you know, that come with it.
Yeah, I think sometimes with the relationship building, it can be hard to remember details from people's life. And I really want to make people feel special because they are special. And some of my customers I like make great relationships with, and it's like, oh my gosh, I remember you. How are you doing? How is your dog? How is your family?
I see. Yeah.
Yeah, but keeping track, I think sometimes is hard. And I'm hard on myself with that. Like, oh, well, I want to make sure that they still feel special. Like, I don't want to make them feel like, oh, I don't care or something.
Right.
Or, yeah. So I think that's the struggle.
Yeah. You know what I'm going to say is the Note app.
The Note app should actually
It should capture all of
it. Should. I don't know why it doesn't. I should put that to better use.
No, but I do remember in listening to a Mel Robbins podcast episode, and when she had moved, she used her, I imagine she has an iPhone, so I'm going to say the Note app in your iPhone, and to remember people, like her neighbors' names and details. And I thought, wow, I never thought, like something so simple I never thought of.
Yeah.
Because I do find sometimes it is hard that quick, even when you do a first introduction. Oh, hi, you know, I'm Dana, and oh, it's John, and then like that quick, it's out of your brain.
Yeah, you're like,
I'm like,
oh,
wait,
what was your name?
I don't. Like, you're so focused on saying your name that you forget what the other person is saying. And I think it could be nerves, but yeah, I think, I don't know, maybe, or even do a little voice memo. Okay.
That's so true.
But I think what's hard is to plan for it when you see them.
Right.
Like,
especially
you don't know.
It'll be at a different event.
Different
or something.
event.
And I'm like, wait, I know this face, but it's a new location and it stresses me out.
Oh, yeah.
And I just never want to make people feel slighted in any way.
Sure.
So it's never personal.
Yeah.
But sometimes it can just be tricky to keep track.
It is tricky. Yeah. I'm trying to come up with another solution.
I know.
You
can always just be,
just do the best, smile.
Yeah.
And so good to see you.
Right. I just think really just having that personal connection, just making sure they feel seen and heard.
Yeah.
Like everyone wants to be. I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah, totally. What about, you shared some moments where, you felt proud and even on the outside, and who knows, for some people are like, oh, wow, like she's proud of this. Like she got her art in one shop or like, but, from a bigger picture, like that's a big deal, you know,
I'm
that
from
people
the middle of nowhere.
nowhere people,
awesome.
Poconos,
Right.
okay, 2 hours north. But was there a moment where you thought, and maybe you were out somewhere, I don't know what you may have been doing, but you thought, wow, this really got something here. It became something.
Yeah, I honestly think going back to those vendor events, when there are people that come up to me like, wait, I recognize your work. I follow you on Instagram.
Yes.
Just little things like that. I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is such an honor that my work is recognizable.
Right.
And I never would have thought that it would be. Like to me, my art is just, okay, I make art.
I make art, whatever.
But people saying, wow, your stuff resonates, your stuff stuck with me, and I remember seeing it.
Yes.
I think that was a pivotal moment for me the first time I heard someone say that.
Wow. I'm going to say that I felt that way too. And I'm not just BSing here. Like, because I was trying to remember when I think I probably found you on Instagram, and then it was one of the Conchi Arts Festival. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to go say hello to her.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot, I love the different, like, because I know some of your art has like the faces, but it's kind of like I'm going to call it, this is probably the wrong way to say it, but a collage of different items. And I thought this is really cool and unique. And I could see that in my home, you know, like, I just love the style. Like, I don't know. It just, like, other art, I'm like, well, you know, oh, this is an abstract, like, and you can't even make out what, like, it's too abstract. Whereas, like, this is, like, more, I'm going to say focused in a sense, you know, that it is telling me something. I'm not a big, like, an art guru here.
Right.
But, yeah, so I would definitely, no, that's great to hear that. People keep coming up to you.
Yeah, thank you. And I think, like you said too, art is supposed to make you feel something. So even those really strange abstracts, like if you feel something, even if you're like, what is that? And you're confused, it's a feeling, which is great.
That's a valid point.
Like art is whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
And I think that's a beautiful thing about it. And I think with my style too, it's very specific. Like they tell a very specific story, but to some people they interpret it a totally different way than I ever would have imagined, and like what the intention even was. But that's art for you, so it's a pretty cool concept.
No, that's a good point, because it's like you have your version of the story, but for the 10 other people that come up to this painting have 10 other stories in their minds, which I think it's pretty cool. Like,
they make their own narrative.
Yes.
I love when people ask me too, like, hey, what inspired this? And I love telling them, like, oh, this is the weird crap that was in my brain that exact moment. And it went in my notes app and it went on a canvas.
Yeah.
So it's really just fun. It's very explorative. I let people make it what they want to, if they want to. And if they want to know the story, I'm happy to tell them.
Yeah. Does anyone come up to you to request something, like, hey, can you make me a piece of art? Like what do you do in that sense? Like, if they don't give any instruction, it's just, I mean, literally, like, no pun intended, but like a blank canvas.
Yeah. So I love those requests. I think that they're so fun. So if they just ask me, hey, can you make something for me? I usually like to make it very personal. So I'll go back to them. I'll ask them a million different questions. Like, hey, you got any pets? Hey, what's your favorite color? You got a favorite flower? Like, tell me this. Like, what's your story? I want to get down to the nitty gritty, and I want to capture that story, and I want to tell it through a painting.
Wow. You may be getting requests from me then.
I actually did a live wedding painting. This beautiful couple, Mel and Val, shout out, love them. They asked me at their wedding in the fall, this past fall, if I could go there and live paint during their cocktail hour. And they're like, we don't want like a traditional picture. Not knocking them, they're gorgeous. The traditional paintings are amazing, and I could never do them because, again, I lack perfectionism. So it's just something that I'm not strong at. But they said, can you do it in your style? And I said, I would be honored to do that. So I went in, asked them a bazillion questions, like bombarded them.
Yeah.
Like, tell me everything. I want to know how you met. I want to know where you met. I want to know everything. And I kind of prepped it. I prepped it with like their little dog on there. They had their wedding in the fall, so they love the fall. I added a bunch of leaves on there.
Yeah.
And then at their wedding, I took a picture at the ceremony. And I painted them at the altar while I was there. So that way the guests came over like, oh my God, that's Mel and that's Val. Like, you did that. And that's their dog. And it was just such a fun talking point and such a fun way to incorporate their love story into a piece that'll last them forever.
Yeah. And that really opens up another door for you.
Yeah.
For other people to reach out.
Yeah.
To, hey, do my wedding. Or like, whatever.
Right.
That's awesome. Yeah. One of my best friends, she had something similar. And I thought it was such a cool idea. I'm like, wow, I didn't think of this. Like, how cool. And
People
she
get
has it
so
in her home
creative.
now. I'm like, I love this.
I just love the storytelling aspect of these things.
Oh my gosh. What excites you most about where your business is headed, this year or just like long term, would you say?
Yeah, so I'm just excited to keep connecting with people, make new connections. I actually want to venture out some more from, I love this area. This is what really started me. But I don't ever want my stuff to become stagnant. And I don't want people to be like, oh, I already have that print.
Sure.
I already have that. So I actually applied to a show in Utah. My dad lives out there, so
get out.
It's like, hey, Dad, I'm going to come crash with you probably a weekend in October and go do this Oktoberfest event. Hopefully I get accepted. I haven't heard back yet. But I'm going to just start putting myself out there more, get some new places under my belt. And
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Why not?
And like with that website, once I finally get it up and running, whenever that may be, I think that'll be really cool too, because it'll open my horizon. I'll get more people, more eyes on my stuff.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, it is funny because I thought, does she have a website? And I'm looking around. I was like, maybe she doesn't. And then I thought, I'll have to tell her to make a website. And then here we are.
I'm working on it.
In progress, under construction.
Exactly.
No. And so with the website then, do you think you'll have your art there for people to purchase and then you could ship?
Yeah, that's what I want.
That's huge.
Yeah, that
takes a lot of time.
A lot of time. Oof. I've listed like a couple of my prints on there so far. I should just publish it with a couple of prints that are on there and just keep adding as I
You could totally do it. And you could always do like a coming soon, like have either hide the pages so they're not clickable, or put like a coming soon so then at least something's live,
Yeah, absolutely.
Why not?
Yeah, just again,
I love that.
Put myself out there. I gotta do it like I did it during the pandemic. Just full send.
Yeah. Put yourself in the fire.
Exactly.
Like just shoo.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I love that. I think that's such a great outlook on what you have plans. And for one final question for you, what's one thing you hope every listener takes away from your story today?
Wow, that is a great question. I hope that they take away that whether it's captured or not, their story deserves to be heard. I think that's a big thing. Whether it's through a painting or even just like them having conversations with people, their little stories, their little quirks, their little things that make them who they are, they matter, and people recognize them. I think that's a big one. Yeah. And just to live their lives out loud. If you want to do something, just do it. You get one shot at life. Some of us are lucky enough to get a second chance, and just do whatever you want. You get one shot at it, so make it good.
Yeah, I love it. Love it. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on, Michaela.
Thank you for letting me be a part. This was so much fun, and I'm so glad we got to chat through everything today.
Likewise. All right. Bye. Thanks so much for listening, friends. Until next time, keep finding connection in the stories women share.